Welcome to Smart Conserver.
I have tried companion planting before and it worked. But the type of companion planting that I did try, it was in the soil around my yard. Now, this time, I want to try the companion planting in a flower pot. Let me explain to you what is companion planting. Companion planting is really when you plant or grow two or more plants near to each other. There are benefits and reasons why this is done, and I'll tell you all about it. My reason for trying companion planting in a planter came up when I planted 4 corn stalks. I remember telling you that I reuse my soil in my planters. This is also a conservation method. So, whenever I plant something in one soil, I would plant a different plant in it after reaping the previous plant. So, the planter I used to plant the corn stalks in was the same planter and soil that I used for ginger previously. I honestly thought that I had harvested all the ginger from that soil. Watering the corn as usual. Now, it resulted in the small piece of ginger which was left behind to sprout. I didn't even bother to remove it. In fact, it is still growing there, and you can see how big the ginger plant is getting. I'm not bothered as it will mean that more ginger for me in the future. So that is what made me decide to try companion planting in a planter. There are benefits, to companion planting, and I will tell you these benefits. Now, the first benefit is that it can deter pests. These are plants that act as insect repellent. This is true as when I was infested with whiteflies, I used garlic in the water just to get rid of them. And it worked. So, planting garlic nearby to some plants can help as these pests they really hate the smell of garlic. There are other plants that you can use as well. You just need to research it. But for me, the garlic worked. And it worked especially when I had to harvest that garlic because I tell you, garlic prices are really going up. Remember, everything that I'm going to tell you about on this channel is all about conservation. So it will mean saving one or two things at the same time. Now, the second benefit will be to attract pollinators. You know that some things you grow will need to be pollinated, right? Well, for me, I know the pumpkins that I planted will need to do so. And it's best to plant other plants that attract these pollinators nearby. So you could plant your pumpkin and then also have some flowering plants nearby that will attract bees. Even ants do some form of pollination. And that's one of the reasons why I don't kill ants outdoor. I don't really kill them. Now, another thing too, while planting the pumpkins and planting other things to attract the the pollinators in your garden, it while it does create variety, you can get a bit of beauty in the process. Because think of it, you have those pumpkin vines growing or the pumpkin now bearing fruit, and you have a little flower or two around the yard. It does look good. Don't you think so? I think so. So now we're on to the third benefit. Now the third benefit is it can give you shade for the smaller plants. This is the one that I'm really trying as well, as I planted carrots, string bean and lettuce in the same planter. Now the string bean, it will offer a bit of shade to the lettuce. The carrots will be okay in the full sun, but the string bean, because it grows up, it will offer a bit of shade to the lettuce. So when it comes up, I'm looking forward to that. So let's see. The fourth benefit would be to offset support. There are plants that you may grow that these grow tall, like the corn or even sunflower, and they can offer support for crops such as cucumbers. So it's like the taller plants can really act like trellis. I need to try that one too, but not with my carrot. I need to find something that grows tall that my cucumbers can get support from. I need to try that one as well as a companion planter. Now, for me, the number 5 benefit is really important, and the number 5 benefit is getting healthy plants and vegetables. So we all know that plants need nutrients as well, and some plants, they leave natural substances in the soil when they are growing, and that substance can be absorbed by another plant. So take for instance, when the corn that is in that planter is harvested, I will plant some string beans, as the corn will absorb a lot of nitrogen from the soil. And in order to replace the nitrogen to the soil, it's best if I plant peas or beans just to return the nitrogen to the soil itself. You see why I really practice soil rotation? Because, like I said, some things when you plant them, they take certain nutrients out of the soil. And if you should plant the same thing again, you won't get healthy. You won't get healthy fruits or vegetables, whatever it is, from that soil, because all of the nutrients came out. So practicing soil rotation for me put back things in the soil that the previous plant had taken out. Now, the final reason why I really like the companion planting will be to suppress weeds. I must say I don't have weeds in my soil at home, not even the soil in the yard. Perhaps it's because of what I've been doing. However, if you plant crops that will spread on the ground, with crops that grow tall, then weeds really won't get a chance to take over your garden. It won't. So, in order to try companion planting in the planter, I had to clean up a planter that I had. Imagine, I didn't plant anything in that pot. And if you look, when I was removing, I had to remove pumpkin plant and even pumpkin seeds, not to mention papayas. And I have a flowering plant around there that once it flower and that flower drop, anywhere it blow, it catch. So that was in there as well. Remember I told you that when I have my seeds or my peelings from my kitchen, I throw them in the yard or in my compost heap. Well, this plant that I'm using today, it received a lot of yam, banana and pumpkin peeling that I had, and I did throw some papaya seeds in there too. Now they grew over time, the rain fell, they grew. My plan was really to have them there, to let them break down and form a part of the soil, but some of the things started growing. Now I had to remove them. The seedlings that appeared strong, I kept those and I planted them elsewhere. When when I really looked at it, the soil, it really looked rich. What I did as well as was I crushed as much of the dried peeling by hand as best as I could, and I mixed all of that in with the soil. Then I used the seeds that I had, which were the string beans, the carrots, and the lettuce, and I planted these in the soil. All this was carefully watered, and the planter was placed in a sunny area. Now it's really time to wait and see how these grow. I've been planting things in close proximity in the yard for some time, and you may remember in a recent vlog I was replanting some French thyme, or what persons call oregano, in some spot around the yard. There, these I plant in close proximity to other plants, especially the papayas. I noticed that previously, sometime when I just throw the papaya seeds and they grow without having some of these repellents near to it, I realized that the leaves start crunkling. So I'm trying companion planting in the soil, especially with the papayas. Now I've seen that it's working because the leaves are okay so far, and it has been going great. Now, now that these things or the seeds have been planted, like I tell you, it's waiting time. And in the meantime, we'll water while we wait. It would be great to get especially the carrots and the lettuce out of that planter pot, as especially those two things, they attract a high price in the market. While these may be expensive now, you really, when you think about it, you still have to buy it. And all that you can do is buy it in small quantity. Remember that you need the nutrients from these vegetables. These are really required for life sustenance. My encouragement to you will be, get something and plant it. You'll benefit. And I can tell you that you may enjoy it as much, and you enjoyed so much to the point that you can't stop planting things. Now, this is a conservation strategy as well, as it will save you money, and it has the capability to keep your surroundings cool, especially in the summer like this one. And also, like I told you before, you can eat what you grow. So just try it. It will work.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.